And go straight to our guest, Nancy, and thanks so much. Good to see you again. Jing Ulrich is with us, Vice Chairman at JP Morgan for Asia Pacific. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Look, let's just get your view on this, because clearly there are some concerns that the growth momentum may be slowing for China, and then of course the IMF today coming out and suggesting some of the banks are undercapitalized if we're going to have slower growth and a potential credit event. How worried or otherwise are you?
You know, the Chinese economy this year has surpassed market expectations in terms of growth, 6.9%. Of course, it's natural to see some slowing towards year end because for the whole year, growth momentum has been so strong. In the financial sector, for the whole year, the regulators have been paying a lot of attention to de-risking and deleveraging. So interestingly enough, for the first time since the financial crisis, financial leverage in China is coming down because corporates, the heavy borrowers from banks, are finally making a lot of money. As one example, the steel industry, which is a heavy borrower from banks, 2 years ago, only 5% of the steel companies were making money. Today, 85% are making money. So they're paying down some of the debt. As a result, we're seeing leverage ratio coming down. Having said that, many of the Chinese banks have grown so rapidly. Therefore, as you grow, as you lend, you need more capital. So I think for the smaller banks in particular, they need to replenish their capital position before they can grow into the new year.
We've seen a little bit of softness come into global markets, and that's also been reflected in Hong Kong.
Correct.
And more broadly, Asia-Pacific markets. Do you think this is perhaps about investors coming to terms with the idea that maybe the glide path may be a little shallower for the economy next year, but actually that's not something to worry about, but maybe the market just has too high expectations?
You know, it's been a spectacular year for global equity markets, right? We've had record highs in many of the regions. So there's a little bit of profit taking, which is natural. But also, I think this time around, the rally we have seen in equity markets actually has been backed up by corporate earnings growth. So we're seeing, first of all, the global economy experiencing synchronized growth. And then companies are making money. Here, even in China, you're seeing the macro GDP numbers and the micro corporate sector performance being in sync, meaning companies are making money. It's not just pump priming, driving the economy forward. It's actually companies are making money. So therefore, I think the market rally we have had so far this year has legs in the new year. But some short-term profit-taking, short-term volatility are entirely within expectations.
There's a lot of questions here in China about where that next growth driver will